Hey everybody, it's Outdoors Family Man. This is going to be a stump top review and test of the Survive Knives Necker. It's a great knife made of tumbled Bowler M390 steel, which is a really high grade stainless steel. Very weather resistant and has a supreme edge holding ability. The sheath is orange kydex. The blade length is 2 inches. The cutting length is 1.94 inches. The total width of the blade, take it out for you, is, or blade height if you want to call it that, knife height is 1.31 inches. The thickness is 5/32 or 0.0156 inches. Overall length is 4 inches. And the weight of the knife is 1.2 ounces. With the sheath, it is 2.5 ounces. The sheath comes with this molded kydex clip. This, if you can tell, it has 4 holes and some spacers in there, and you can configure it in a variety of different ways. It actually came slightly turned so that you could carry it vertically. I switched it, and it was actually the vertical carry is the outside 2 holes because the spaces are farther apart. But you can configure it, like I said, in different ways. And I used the first and the third hole. So it was so it was horizontally carried, and when you do it that way, it's just kind of a slight downward canter, which just is perfect. I put it either right at my belt, like right next to my belt buckle at 1 o'clock, or at 3 or 4 o'clock on my belt, and you don't even know it's there. It's amazing how little it is. And when I first saw it, I didn't like it. I didn't like the style. It just didn't seem very practical, just too small to use. But when you get your hand on it and you slide your hand right through there like that and grab it with the jimping right there, it really just fits perfectly in your hand, and it cuts amazingly. I took all my folders out of my pockets and just carried this for the last 4 days and cut everything from food to paper. I mean, anything I need cutting on an everyday basis, this thing cut with such ease. I'll show you the knife. It has the Survive knives. I'll get it to focus. There we go, Survive Knife logo, and then M390 underneath that is the logo for Peter's Heat Treat, arguably one of the best heat treats in the business. The other side, USA flag with the, if you can see that serial number. I don't know if I can get that to focus, it's kind of hard to see. There you go, number 185. Like I said, I was very skeptical at first, but after handling this knife, I recommend it to anybody who wants a small knife. I mean, this does so much better than a folder, just because it sits in your hand so perfectly, and it just hides so easily. And you could always take the pocket clip off and just carry it on your neck, and you wouldn't even know it was there. So I'm just gonna do a couple cut tests just to show you that it's just an amazing cutter. Let's start with a paper cutting test. As you can see, it just slices incredibly well. I mean, this is by far the sharpest knife that I've ever owned. And I'm not very good with paper cutting tests, but you get the point. Cutting paracord, like the pull cut, no problem. Cutting it down like that. This is gutted paracord. I also have some paracord with the stuff in it. That cuts relatively easy as well. And then cardboard, it dulls your knife like crazy, and it cuts it with quite ease. And then just to show you how incredible the edge holding capability is, one of the hardest things to cut is a tomato. And I mean, after I just cut through all that cardboard, I mean, it doesn't even squish the tomato, it just flies right through it. Another one right here. Just one little pull and it just glides right through it. So, like I said, incredibly well at holding an edge. And I highly recommend this knife. Also, stay tuned because I will be giving this knife away in the next couple of videos after I do a few more reviews of some other products. But big giveaway coming up, guys. Stay tuned. Thanks.